Hey guys, it's Sarge here from Sarge's Recap, and in light of the AR ban and the guns are scary kind of deal, I thought I'd put my 2 cents in. Now, what I have here is a BB gun because I'm pretty sure a real gun would get me banned. So, I'm going to go through the basics of gun safety, and I'm also going to go through the basics of why I think an AR ban would be retarded. Let's go. First of all, when it comes to a real firearm, always keep it pointed in a safe direction. If you need to check, you have a mag well, your magazine, you would pull it back like this since this is a pistol, but since that would just cock it in this case, there's no point. Every firearm has a safety. This one even does too, see? It was actually unsafe. But generally, keeping the safety on until you're ready to shoot is the best thing you can do. Another really good thing you can do is not point it in a dangerous direction. Like even now, you see it's pointed, it's cantered off to the side of the camera. Indexing, which is putting your index finger up here instead of on the trigger. While these are not evil inherent, like any tool, safety precautions must be taken to do it right, to make sure you know what you're doing and make sure what you're doing is safe. I am all for the Second Amendment. I am all for people hitting up the range and having a great day at the range. I personally have had some very, very fun days just going to the range and practicing target shooting, just plinking with a 22, doing, pretty much just having fun. This is a hobby a lot of people can get into, and I'm not sure it's being fully explored because of all the controversy. Now, yes, the school shootings are a terrible tragedy. Do not get that wrong. But at the point we are, banning things like the AR-15, it doesn't make any sense to me. The AR-15 is a semi-automatic rifle. Yes, there is a way to make it automatic. You need to be a specialist to do that. The parts you need to buy are illegal inherently. And if you are caught with the weapon, it is already a federal crime. And while people may say, think of the children, I am. I'm thinking of the children. I'm posting this on a site where it's probably going to be frowned upon, even though I used a BB gun, even though I am trying to convey a message of safety. Because if you people really want to talk about gun control, I'm all for having gun control. Keep the guns out of the bad guys' hands. But actually keeping the guns out of the bad guys' hands is the key here. As for people destroying their AR-15s just out of protest, I mean, do whatever you feel you need to, but I would have preferred you sold them because, I mean, these are $500 to $600 rifles for those of you who don't know. These are expensive rifles. And some of the AR-15s I've seen destroyed have easily been worth $1,000 to $1,500 to even $30,000. And while monetary, you could say to hell with monetary value, think of the children. Well, I'm going to propose my counterpoint. I have a 22 rifle. You guys have seen it in a lot of videos in the background. I have some other weapons that aren't displayed just because I don't feel like displaying them and I don't really have room to. My swords are all over my room. Again, you guys already know this. I don't feel like what you did was, what you people are doing is right just because how to say this, just because, I mean, if you want to make a difference, go, sell that AR-15 and put that money towards a good use. Donate it to the schools so they can have more funds to maybe hire an armed guard, maybe, teach a class on gun safety that will reach the people they need to. We need to educate the people who are not educated on the topic, because right now what I've seen is a lot of people talking about this topic and a lot of people not knowing what they're talking about. It's not okay just to sit here and say you need to do this, this, this. And yes, I'm making a YouTube video. I'm sitting here saying you need to do this, this, this as well. But instead of just blanket banning, because there are several rifles that work very similarly to the AR-15. Very similar. As a matter of fact, it's the same kind of operation system. There's semi-automatic rifles with a detachable box magazine that are effective to about 500 meters. Some are even more than 500 meters. I mean, there's so many rifles that fit into that category. You would be banning a good number of everything that circulated in the gun community. And some people might be rejoicing over that, but I'm going to ask you why. I know some people personally who would love to see all the guns banned and a gun confiscation happen, but I wouldn't, because that's just going to lead to a lot of violence and a lot of bloodshed. And you could say how, and I guarantee you, I know for a fact there are people who want to give them up willingly. There are people who very much would only give them up by, you taking them from the cold dead hands. And I don't want to see that. I want to see the problem resolved peacefully, constructively, and sanely, where it's fair to everyone involved, where we try to help the school shooting problem that's occurred, where we try to resolve issues in our community without destroying our community. And that's all I have to say on that topic. I'm not really an expert. I know a bit, well, more than a bit. I know a good bit about weapons. So, I'm Sarge, and I'll see you on the next Sarge's Recap.